Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Mav.
I'm Carl. Howdy, howdy. How you doing out there? I want to start today by giving a shout out to Casey Ertz for. I hope I'm saying your last name right. It's Ertz. I think it's Ertz. Casey Ertz. Thank you for. She got me this shirt, you guys, and check that out, man. Because my name is Carl. I love crows and ravens. And my Facebook name is Winter Raven. So she got me this shirt, and it was really cool, really nice of her. So thank you for that, Casey. I appreciate it. It's
Yeah, it's a
perfect,
cool shirt.
perfect for the show.
Yeah, it's a cool shirt.
Yeah, I like
heck
it.
yeah.
I like your shirt too, man. You got
Oh,
big
thank you,
foot.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got all
definitely.
kinds of Bigfoot shirts. This
Yes.
is my. I bought this when I went on vacation last year to the Great Smoky Mountains.
We'll be covering that too, stuff like that. Bigfoot,
Oh,
aliens, things like that. We talk about everything on here.
So today is a very special episode. We are going to be highlighting our favorite Gen X movies,
Oh yeah,
and there's a bunch. Hands down, greatest generation ever. It's just the way it is.
yeah. We don't make the rules; we just follow them.
Right, exactly. Um, First and foremost, the number one movie for me, and I think I'm speaking for you as well,
I don't know. It depends.
in the 80's was Goonies.
Okay, yeah, I could dig that. I like the
Yeah.
movies. Yeah,
Yeah, the Goonies was just, it really captured what it was like to be a kid.
yeah,
you know.
definitely. And they got
Um,
like unforgettable characters in there too.
oh, yeah.
I liked Chunk and Sloth.
yeah.
They were
Yeah.
a duo.
Yeah, Chunk's
And
my favorite.
Sloth, man, just killed it. That actor killed that part, man.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
Chunk gave him a candy bar and he said, "Baby Root."
Yep. Yep.
I love that. Hey, you guys, bro, that is too funny, man.
It really did capture what it was like to be a kid, though, because you rode your bike everywhere.
Yep.
You looked for all your friends where their bikes were.
Uh-huh.
You played in the woods. You looked for adventure. That was
And you
being a
notice
kid.
and notice too that when they all met up at Brand's house and his little brother, I can't remember the movie names in the movie,
Yeah.
but they met up at his house and their mom was like their friend's mom too.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it was,
Yeah.
We all called our friend's mom.
Yep.
And she loved
We
us
did,
like we were their own, like.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, it was like that. That's just the way it was in the '80s growing up.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a great movie. It's a great kid adventure movie.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
They
I
wanted to
think.
do something real bad, and the babysitter said no. But the babysitter was the brother, but he said no because
Right.
mom said no, and they was like, okay. So they flattened his bike tires, tied him up to a chair, and
With
they
a
left.
slinky,
Yeah.
I think.
No,
right?
it was one of those exercise.
Oh, that's
equipment,
right.
the
That's
stretchy
right.
thing with
Yeah,
the springs.
stretchy thing with yeah.
He couldn't get out.
Yep.
The mom came home and he was like, "Oh boy, did this and this." She was like, "Oh, quit playing and get up," and he couldn't. She just walked past him and didn't care. She's like, "Go find your brother."
Great movie. Great movie.
Yep.
Um,
Or when they broke the statue and they was trying to put it together.
Yeah.
It was a naked statue and they put the penis on upside down. I thought, I think it goes like this. That was funny.
Another great movie, I think. Caddyshack.
Yeah, Caddyshack, definitely.
Definitely. Bill Murray's hilarious in it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great. And
Weren't they trying to blow up a gopher or something?
he was, yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to
He was trying
explode
to catch him and kill the gopher. So, but I mean, pretty much any 80's Bill Murray movie is going to make this list. I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely. We was talking earlier about Stripes.
Stripes. Love
Stripes
it.
was a great movie.
Love Stripes.
And that scene where they go to the
Graduation.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they didn't have their drill instructor, and they performed anyways without him, and he was dressed like a slob. I think he even had his long sleeve shirt was tied around his waist, maybe.
Yeah,
And
something
he had
was.
hat
Yeah, his
backwards
jacket.
and-
His
yeah.
jacket was tied around his waist. His hat
His shirt was
backwards.
untucked.
I mean, yeah.
They performed anyway, and what's that line? He said, "So you boys did this without your drill instructor, and you finished anyways."
That's a fact, Jack.
Yeah, man. And they did a real good job on that too. They was all in sync and
Oh
everything, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
They went from
Yeah,
being screw ups to
yep.
um, the what is he, a colonel or something?
Who?
The guy that was like judging them.
Yeah, he's like
He
Carnal or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
he told the other guy that played Dan Fielding in Night Court. I forgot his real name.
yeah. John.
Yeah,
I forget.
I'm drawing a blank, but yeah, he ended up telling him, he's like, no, these are the kind of men I want, because all throughout the movie, John was trying to like
Yeah.
get them all banned from that, you know, because
Yep.
they were screw ups or whatever. He's like, they're making a mockery out of us. And he said, no, these are the kind of men I want, man.
That's
And
right. Go
he was like,
getters.
what?
Go getters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And another fantastic movie, Weird Science.
Oh yeah. I like Weird Science.
You got to do. I mean,
Kelly LeBrock, man.
you're talking Anthony Michael Hall, who is just a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Just hilarious. Weird Science is.
Remember they turned Bill Paxton into that like blobby monster?
She did,
thing?
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
she did that?
she did that, yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
And then they had that giant missile come up through the house.
Yes. Yeah, the nuke comes up through the floor. That was, I mean, but it's a John Hughes movie, and let's be honest, John Hughes is a lot of his movies are gonna make what we talk about.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because he's John Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but Weird Science is just one of those great, comedic feel-good movies. I like it when she's talking to his parents, if you remember, about taking him to the party or whatever, and he goes, so what kind of party are we talking? And she's like, well, your normal teenage party, chips, dips, chains, whips.
Yeah.
And he was like, huh?
What you talking about?
that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But Kelly LeBrock nailed that scene.
Yeah.
She did. I mean, she was just like all nonchalant about it, like didn't even matter.
Yeah, that was. I was fascinated by how it just was so cool that they spilled that chemical on the book, and then like she just came out of the magazine.
Well, yeah, they did a whole ritual. If you watch it again, it's a whole ritual.
Yeah,
that they did, and
you gotta keep in mind it's been a long time since I've seen this movie.
Yeah,
like, a lot of these movies we're talking about, I ain't seen them since I was a kid, but
right.
So I'm going by memory. We haven't researched or anything before recording. We just sit and talk about stuff, and we're going by memory.
So. I'm usually the one with the better memory when it comes to that stuff.
I forget a lot of stuff.
But another fantastic movie, of course, Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
Who you gonna call?
That's just, I mean, you're just talking a fantastic film.
I actually got scared on one part of that movie when I was little, and that's at the beginning when they were walking through the library.
The library ghost. Yeah.
That library ghost was scary, dude.
Yeah, she was cool.
I was like, oh man.
Yeah, she was pretty creepy. They did a really good job on that.
Yeah,
I think. It's hard to believe it's become as big as it has today.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's huge today. And you wouldn't think that would have happened 40 years ago.
I know. Dude, I was 5 when that came out. I'm 45 years old.
Yeah.
That movie is 40 years old. Holy cow.
Yep.
I remember they had Slimer shampoo and everything.
Yeah.
Slimer became a real big character.
Slimer's cool.
Yeah.
Slimer was cool.
Oh no, I've been slimed.
Yeah. I mean, you just have all these great movies that are fantastic throughout the 80s. You mentioned earlier Stand By Me.
Oh yeah, I love Stand By Me. Those guys did a great job.
Oh yeah, with fantastic
Will
young
Wheaton,
actors.
Corey Feldman.
Yeah, River
Jerry
Phoenix.
O'Donnell. River Phoenix. Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, they were all fantastic. Speaking
what's his name? John something. He played Denny, the older brother. Gordy LaChance's older brother, Denny.
I don't remember.
John Cusack. I forgot he was in that
John
movie.
John Cusack has great 80s movies as well.
I love his movies. He's a good actor.
I mean, Better Off Dead.
Yeah.
Which is, I want my $2.
He did some good movies recently too. He did a scary movie. It was 1408.
Yeah, something like that.
That was pretty scary movie. In 2012, he did 2012.
Yeah.
But them ain't 80s movies. We're here to talk about 80s movies.
I mean, John Cusack was
fantastic
he was
he was good
too.
in the 80s. Yeah,
he was.
And then we had the Brat Pack.
Of course. Yeah. Those were John
16
John
Candles.
Hughes movies,
and what was the other one?
You had 16 Candles. You had Breakfast Club.
Yeah, Breakfast Club.
You know,
they had
Pretty in Pink.
Yeah. Oh wow, I forgot about that one. Wow.
Yeah. You had Pretty in Pink. I mean, John Hughes, he was excellent at what he did. You know, and he had his favorite actors and actresses. Molly Ringwald was one of his favorites.
Yeah,
as was Anthony Michael Hall.
That was she was a big heartthrob for the young men out back in the 80s, you know.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
red hair, pouty lips.
Yeah,
you know,
very pretty, very pretty. So I mean, if you grew up in the 80s, you pretty much grew up with John Hughes movies.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? There was always a John Hughes movie to watch, you know.
And then we had the George Lucas movies. We had Star Wars.
Of course. Love Star Wars.
Definitely love Star Wars. And also George Lucas. I didn't know for a long time that George Lucas did the Indiana Jones movies.
Yes.
I love Indiana Jones movies, man. They're awesome. And then, so I had the box set, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and what's the third one? I forgot, but...
I know what you're talking about.
So I'm looking at my... I have the box set on VHS.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah,
with Sean Connery. Yeah, where he played his dad.
Sean Connery. So, I got the box set, and I noticed it says chapter 24, 25, and 26.
Yeah.
So I want to see chapter 1 through 23. I did find a VHS that I don't have it no more, but it was chapter 18, and it wasn't Harrison Ford. George Harrison's one of the Beatles, but so it wasn't Harrison Ford though,
right?
And it wasn't the Young Indiana Jones. It wasn't the old TV show. This was a movie, and I never watched it because it was still in the plastic. I wanted to watch it so bad.
Yeah.
But it was like a little over an hour and a half long. So it was a movie.
Right. I don't know.
So it was chapter 18.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's one up on me. Yeah, I have no idea what it could have been.
Yeah, me neither. I want to watch it so bad now, man.
Yeah, Indiana Jones is great. George Lucas did a lot of good stuff. And of course you had the quintessential that you cannot even, if you don't mention these movies when you're doing an 80s countdown, were you really an 80s baby? Back to the Futures.
Oh yeah, I love those movies. They were great.
I mean, they're it
always made me want a time machine to go back in time to fix certain things in my life, you know. I'm like, man, only if I had a time machine.
Right.
Even when, like, in the present moment, when I do something stupid and I realize I did something stupid, I'm like, man, I wish I had a time machine.
Right. If only I had a DeLorean.
Great Scott! Like, man.
So, yeah, you got to give a special... And since we're talking about Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf.
Oh, man, I forgot about Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
That was excellent.
Teen Wolf.
That was an excellent movie.
It was. Teen Wolf was great for the time. I'm not gonna say it holds up today.
I don't know, because I rewatched it probably. I'm gonna say just about a year ago. I rewatched it, and I still loved it. Man.
Oh yeah, you still gonna love it. You grew up with it.
I remember when he was playing basketball as a human.
Yeah.
And then like he hasn't wolfed out yet.
Yep.
And then you know, he got the ball, and he was like the little nerdy guy, and so like everybody kind of piles on him.
Yeah.
And then all you hear is, and then he just bursts out, and everybody jumps back, and he's this hairy wolf guy playing basketball, and he starts dribbling the ball nonchalantly, like, hey, I'm just a wolf here, you know.
Yes. His friend Styles.
Styles was something else, man. He was always up to something, trying to get him into mischief and not.
Yeah, we're always looking for like uh, uh, great 80s movies to rewatch because, I mean, let's be honest, we're going to forget a lot of them. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, for sure.
I mean,
An American Werewolf in London.
oh my God, one of my favorite movies of all time.
That was great.
Yes.
That was a great movie. And they did so good with
so good.
uh,
So good.
with the effects.
Yes.
Yeah, they man.
Yes, the way he wolfed out.
Yeah,
I've never seen it again.
Right. They like you watched him grow into a wolf. Like,
yeah.
I think that was the first time that they showed something like that.
That was just phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
And of course, you know, in the 90s they did a part 2, but it was nothing like the original.
Did we mention the Lost Boys?
No.
The Lost Boys was great too.
Yeah. Man. Oh yeah. You got
Kiefer Sutherland,
the two Corys,
Heyman Feldman.
I mean, when you talk vampire movies, you have to.
Definitely
Lost Boys.
Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorite vampire movies.
Yeah, that's just a great movie all the way around. But I mean, a lot of them were really in great movies. All of the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, speaking of Corey Feldman in 80s movies, you know what I always forget that he's in?
What?
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
He's the little boy that shaved his head, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I always forget that.
Yeah, he was in the original. Yeah.
I didn't know until the movie Scream that Jason Voorhees' mother was the original killer in Friday the 13th.
Really?
Yeah, I never paid attention like that. I just always thought it was Jason, you know?
Yeah.
Because that movie was based on Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was originally his mother.
It was originally his mom, yeah.
And he didn't do nothing until the sequel.
Well, I mean, we got to give some honorable mentions here. Because let's be honest, Freddy Krueger just scared the hell out of you.
Yeah, he did. I had nightmares as an adult because of that.
I remember my brother and I, and you know my brother.
Scary.
My brother and I went to watch this movie, right, when we were young. My mom, we kept asking Mom to re-rent it because she would never let us finish it.
Really?
So we tried to watch this movie, I know, 50 times.
You gotta wait till they go to bed.
You
can be up all night.
No, because that's the thing. She would not rent the movie and let us watch it. She'd always take it because she knew we would.
Right.
So finally, I think it took us 2 or 3 years to watch the whole thing because Mom kept turning it off because she got scared.
Wow.
True story.
Yeah, that was a scary movie, man.
But I mean,
you know what though? I think the first one was scary.
Yes.
The other ones kind of got cheesy.
Yes.
You know, but the first one though, man, that was wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy cow.
Oh yeah, that first one. But I mean,
and they dug up his skeleton or whatever, and he hit the dude in the back of the head with the shovel as a skeleton.
Nowadays, you watch it and it is kind of cheesy. It is,
Yeah.
But back then, no one had ever really gone that far.
I rewatched it, and the very end of it, whenever they're all getting in the car and the car starts acting up by itself, and then the ragtop comes up and it's red and green stripes,
Yeah.
And then Freddy pulls the mom in through the window. That part was cheesy because looking at it as an adult, I'm like, man, you can totally tell them are mannequin legs.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, what the heck is
if
that?
you rewatch it now, you're like, oh my God. You know? But it for what it was back in the day, man, they didn't do stuff like that.
Freddy's laugh scared me, man.
Yeah.
His voice. In your dreams and he's like
Yeah. His
You're
voice.
Mine. Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean? He was cool.
I do the impressions around here, so I mean, when we talk about stuff, you'll hear me do some impressions.
Friday the 13th, I liked it. Don't get me wrong.
I liked it a lot,
but I have to say, when they did Freddy or Jason Goes to Space, I think it's Jason.
Part 10.
Dude, I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
That movie was hilarious.
He had that like iron mask.
Yes, that was not an 80s movie, but it was. I mean,
you know what was scary about the first? I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was in the first one. Was when popped up out of the water.
Yeah, that was
and
the
he,
first
he
one.
had that face all deformed looking.
Yeah,
Everything. That was a scary looking face, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that was cool.
yeah.
That was a cool.
And he didn't start out with a hockey mask. He started out with a pillowcase with a hole through one hole that he could look out of.
Yeah, he did.
And it had a rope around his neck or something.
And another great honorable mention here. You got to throw this into your list. Footloose. Great music. Footloose. And the only two.
Sorry, my chair's squeaky.
The only two scenes I remember is the tractor scene where they're going at each other on tractors and the one guy jumps off. And I remember the end scene where they're all dancing.
Yeah.
That was pretty much all I remember.
The 80's movies dances, like they all dance kind of the same. They're banging their fists and,
Yes. I finally rewatched it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was like, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I forgot most of it.
Footloose, yeah.
But it was Footloose.
Kevin Bacon was big back in the day. Man.
Oh yeah, Kevin Bacon's a great actor. Yeah. He really is. I don't care what you could have him do anything and he could do it.
Yeah.
He's Kevin Bacon. But you got to mention Footloose here.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
There's just so many great movies.
Oh man, we had Beetlejuice. I come for your daughter, Chuck.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, Howard. Yeah, man. That was my thing when I was little. I loved Howard the Duck. I've seen that movie a million times.
Howard the Duck. I don't remember. I remember seeing it when it came out. I don't remember too much more.
I do. I've seen it so many times. I remember everything about that.
Yeah.
And then there was Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit.
That was really cool because they had animation meets live action reality.
Yeah.
And
that was cool.
And I thought it was cool when the live people was doing the crime scene.
Yep.
And then they was finding these cartoon toys.
Mm-hmm.
And then they picked up one of them holes.
Yeah.
And he slaps it up against the thing and he sticks his arm through it. And, I was like, man, I want one of those, man.
Yeah.
I totally wanted one of those holes, man.
The way they integrated those two was seamless. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
We just had some great Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun. I've never seen the whole thing. I've seen parts of it, but I know it was a great movie, though, because it was really big. A lot of people.
Yeah, Top Gun was awesome.
I think I didn't really see it because I was real little, and that's more of a older person's movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I never gave it a chance. I'd watch it, though. I'd watch it now.
Oh, yeah. I've got it on Blu-ray.
Well, there we go. We'll watch it.
But I mean...
I can't really give no feedback on it. I know there's a volleyball scene and that they fly these jets.
Right.
And there's a guy named Goose,
Right.
But yeah.
The movie list could go on forever.
I played the Nintendo game for Top Gun.
Yeah.
I liked playing it.
I played the Sega 80's version. It was called Afterburner.
Hi, I remember Afterburner.
Afterburner was a great game. I found a way to cheat. I found a way to cheat for the first 16 levels. Yeah. Right? After that, the game got smart.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys have any movies that you feel we should discuss or maybe
mention or whatever,
Yeah, we can throw them out.
I mean, because there's literally hundreds of them.
Oh yeah, there's great movies in the 80s.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yes.
I love that movie, man. I've seen that a bunch of times too. It's about Bigfoot. There you go, right there. Bam.
Yes, Harry and the Hendersons. I forgot
that was
about
a great movie, man.
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow is a phenomenal actor, dude. He is so funny, man. And then he went on to the
Third Rock.
Yeah,
he was great in that. Yeah,
that dude is just so funny, man.
Yeah,
he cracks me up. The way he his whole persona is just, he's a genius when he's behind the camera.
Now there was a lot of movies that came out, that of course were maybe like for more mature audiences. Ted Danson and Isabella Rossellini did a movie called Cousins.
I've never seen that.
And it is just it's a drama, but it is an excellent movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Check that out.
Yeah. Cousins, if you guys find it or get a chance to see it, watch it. You won't regret it. It's a great movie.
Another good movie you can check out is Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yes.
That was great.
Jeff Goldblum, Jim Carrey.
Jeff Goldblum, Jim Carrey, and Damon Wayans.
Yes.
He was in that too.
I always forget he was in that movie.
Yeah. And there was these aliens that were furry. There was a red one, a blue one, and a yellow one.
Yes.
The red one was Damon Wayans, the yellow one was Jim Carrey, and the blue one was Jeff Goldblum.
Now, speaking of Damon Wayans,
he cracks me up too, man. That dude is funny.
I gotta throw this out there before we run out of time here. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yeah, I kind of okay. I was little for that, but I remember that.
Yes,
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I think one of the funniest scenes. The pimp was walking down the street, and he had like the big platform boots on.
Didn't they have fish in them?
But they had fish in them swimming around.
He had aquariums as his heels and soles.
I thought that was like crazy when I seen that. I laughed so hard. I said,
hey, you know you pimping if you got a
yes.
If you got fishbowl feet.
Yeah, if you got fish in your shoes, you're pimping.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that was funny. I didn't realize that's what that movie was from. I've thought about that scene from time to time.
Yeah.
And didn't realize it was from Gonna Get You,
Yeah,
Sucker.
I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Yeah, that's a Wayans Brothers movie. It's phenomenally funny, of course.
Yeah, the Wayans they're all pretty funny.
They're all funny. Yeah. So, yeah, if you guys have any great 80s movies you love, drop a comment. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah.
And if you want us to give you a shout out, drop a comment or send us an email.
Yep.
All right.
Or if you know us personally, just message us.
Yeah. Yeah, just go ahead and message.
I think we still got a couple minutes left.
Well, you got an honorable mention?
Man, I got so many though, bro. Like,
well, throw one out.
Okay, so I remember we had great movies like Never Ending Story.
Fantastic movie.
That was a fantastic movie.
Labyrinth.
Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, one of my favorites. Yeah,
absolutely. Dude, that was an awesome
That was Pee Wee
movie.
Herman doing the voice.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That's an 80s movie.
Yes.
Man, that
like
was
I said,
funny.
there's thousands of them now.
Tell them Large Marge sent you.
Yeah. Thousands. There's like, so many great 80s movies.
Yeah, there is, man. Do you remember Starman?
Yes.
Was that a movie or a show?
No, that was a movie
that became
starring
a show?
Jeff.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I do. Man, I don't like it when I can't think of things.
Yeah, me either.
He played the dude.
We're talking about
he played the dude.
Oh. Yeah. Bridges?
Jeff Bridges, yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Starman.
Yes. Starman is a really good movie too. I thought that was really.
What about that movie called V? Like the letter V.
Yeah, V was also a TV show.
That was a movie too.
Yeah, it was also a movie, but it was a TV show more or less. You know.
Yeah.
V was decent.
The rat people or reptile people or whatever it was.
I love. I love the fact that there's just so many over.
We had Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
That's from the 80s, right?
Maybe
it's either that or
late 70s or
it's hard to tell because Gene Wilder's in it, and
late 70s, early 80s. Yeah. Well, speaking of Gene Wilder, him and Richard Pryor, you know, hear no evil, see no evil.
Yep, one's deaf, one's blind.
I mean, great movie.
Yep.
You know,
Richard Pryor, Brewster's Millions.
That was
a decent movie. I liked it. He was funny as hell, man.
Woman in Red, Gene Wilder.
Yeah. Hey, okay. I think we're about running out of time here.
With Kelly LeBrock in it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We only got a few seconds.
All right, y'all. Well, we appreciate your time.
Drop comments. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that.
Absolutely.
And we will see